Mexico, for those who don't know where it is in the North Hemisphere in the American continent. In the south we have Guatemala and Belize, and in the north we have the United States. We have a geographical marvelous location in the world because we have exit to the Atlantic, to the Gulf of Mexico, and on the west to the Pacific. We have a mega diverse country, which means that from all the ecosystems, the fruits, the animals that exist in the world, we have 70% of those in our country. So all these elements together make Mexico one of the countries with a vocation for practically any productive, cultural and touristic activity. Mexico City. It is not because it's my city, that is my favorite city in the world. Mexico City is a huge city, one of the biggest cities in the world. Around 25 million people live there, with all the surrounding areas. But it is an amazing city. It's full of life, full of color, full of culture. The relation between Qatar and Mexico, it is right now in a different level. Together with the government of Qatar, we agreed to open embassies in both countries. That happened in mid-2014. So from then on, there were a lot of visits, of high-level visits, private sector, businessmen, people, officers going back and forth to Mexico and from Mexico. The climax of this visit were last year in October when His Highness visited Mexico, and of course this January when President Peña came here, we signed many agreements, many very interesting agreements that we are working on and that we are sure that will push forward the relation between the two countries. No? So we are really happy that the relation is really growing, is really active, is really going forward. The Mexican community in Mexico, what we know from the official numbers from the Ministry of Interior, there are around 400 people. Well, we do believe that there are a little bit more because some of the people that has dual nationalities and they enter the country with a different passport. So we believe that there are around 500 Mexicans in Qatar, but they are growing. They are growing fast. So we are happy to have a big community. They are very active. The Mexican community has been actually very supportive as well for the activities of the embassy and the activities of the Mexican activities here in Qatar. We have done together with them many events to promote the culture and to promote what is Mexico, and for the people in Qatar to have a taste of Mexico here in Qatar.
Hello, everybody. We are 3,000 years of civilization. Our history comes back 30 years. We are very rich in culture, tradition, and art. Today, we are sharing with you a bit of Mexico. Welcome to Mexico. Thank you.
Culture for us is a very important issue. In fact, I'm a believer that culture is the ideal means to show the other who you are. By showing your culture, you open up and you let the other look into your soul, into innermost soul. When you showcase what you are through your music, your traditions, your food, your costumes, the way you think, the way you dance, the way you use colors, as you can see here, you're showing the other who you really are. And when the other knows you better, that makes it a lot easier for other areas to flourish, like economic affairs, or international relations, or political relations. So for us, showing what Mexico is all about through our expressions of today's culture is extremely important, and that's why we support initiatives like this one, where a group of ladies can come to see a little bit of Mexico and taste a little bit of Mexico. And we will be doing this massively at many different levels in Qatar with the support of the local community and the local government.
Mexican community is growing in Qatar. I think we are more and more every time, and they're still coming. And I'm happy about that because my kids have more friends to share, and we have more Mexican events. And Mexicans are really nice person. You have to know them to tell that.
We are actually in the process of establishing how many we really are. The fact is that Qatar is very good at headhunting, and they have been able to grasp high-level Mexicans that are contributing here to the promotion and the evolution of Qatar, and we're very proud of their work.
In Qatar, I had the opportunity to meet a lot of people from many countries: Egypt, China, Korea, Colombia, or Latin America, South Africa. I need half an hour to mention all these countries. Only in the school of my kids are like 56 nationalities. And I think for that reason, because it's like travel all over the world in one country. And I think for that reason is why I feel Qatar more like my house, my home, my place, and also for my kids. I feel these 3.5 years longer because if I know how to move in Qatar, I have the opportunity to work with many Qatari ladies and share with their families and try their food. And once I went with the ballet to one henna wedding, and then it was amazing to see the colors and their traditional dances and dresses and the food, but I think I feel closer to them when I work with them. I love the fashion in Qatar. And one of the things I learned from them is that you don't have to dress revealing and to show more that you have to show, or do you want to show to be feminine or to feel good. I remember when I traveled 2 years ago to Mexico and I opened my bag, all my clothes was covered. And I feel good about it because I don't have to to be something different, to show more that people is showing now outside around the world, to be confident and to be to feel a woman. And that's why I think now I'm learning good things from the Qatari ladies, and it's what I want to teach to my kids. It's what I want to show to my kids, that they have to feel confident and good in the way they are, because the way we raise them is not because what they are wearing or because the media is telling them to wear this or to wear that or show this or show that. And that's why I'm really thankful and blessed with them for the good things I'm learning in Qatar and the good things I'm teaching to my kids.
México lindo y querido, si muero lejos de ti, que digan que estoy dormido y que me traigan a ti. Que digan que estoy dormido y que me traigan a ti. México lindo y querido, si muero lejos de ti. Tan, tan. Tararara, pi, 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 pi.
Right now we're in the Pearl. We're going for an area to wakeboard. This is my day off, which I spend it with the family. And this is one of the privilege I get from my job in the days off to join with my family and do some sports.
I really enjoy Doha. It's like a very safe place. I have a lot of friends, and yeah, I feel great in here. It's like I miss Mexico a lot, but I really love this country. It's great. You like Qatar beef?
Yeah.
What do you have to talk about? Do you have friends and things? Like, what do you like doing with your friends? What do you do?
Spider-Man stuff. And costumes.
My kids started studying Arabic because it was mandatory. But after that, because I'm working a lot with Qatari people, I started telling them, oh, I know how to say this in Arabic, and I know how to say that in Arabic. And then they started, Mami, how do you say thank you in Arabic? And I was like, shukran, how do you say this? And I was telling them. And then when they start taking the Arabic lessons, they came home and tell me, oh, Mami, I know how to say, like my son, the youngest one, he knows how to say, Ana Hansa Sanawat. That I'm 5 years old, I think. And at the beginning, I was like, what is that? What are you talking about? And then it's really nice that for my Qatari friends, that when my kids speak in small things in Arabic, is cute.
I love Qatar because it's educational. There's lots of malls. I like the schools. I have lots of friends, and also the job that my mother and my father have, and thanks to the compound, and all the houses, and all the kids always go outside to play, and I like that.
If I tell my kids that we were leaving Qatar, they will start crying for sure, or they will say, okay, you can go home, we will stay here. doing a cake because tonight we have a special guest, and obviously my family. Cake is not too healthy, but my kids love cake. That's why. I started my healthy food campaign because when I moved to Qatar, everyone tell me like, oh, now in Qatar you will gain weight. I think it's not true. That's why I started my Bless Healthy Fit Instagram page, where I share healthy recipes and also I share the ingredients that I bought in Qatar, and I post where they can buy the ingredients. Mexican food. I love Mexican food. Well, I think in Mexico we love beans and rice and tortillas. Tortillas are really healthy. It's made with corn flour. I think it's in English corn flour, and with a lot of vegetables and meat. We have something famous around the world is the guacamole. I love guacamole. We can eat guacamole with everything and every day. Well, me, I can eat guacamole every day.
Wait, we have a guest, remember? Hola, hola.
Hola, ¿qué tal?
Bienvenido.
Muchas gracias, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo
Te
estás?
pasa, por favor, es tu
Muchas
casa.
gracias. Muchas gracias.
Hello. Hey, hello. How are you?
Good, how are you?
No, please welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Please come in, take a seat. We're ready. I think I will never leave this table.
No, I'm really happy about today, actually.
Like this is, to be honest, like what we call it in Qatar, like a tradition gathering. It's like it have to be full of food.
Yes, but you can try everything. We have. Do you explain about the mole?
Huh?
Mole? Did you see this one?
No. Oh.
I love mole.
That
This
looks
is
spicy.
Mole.
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 Mole is chicken, and the sauce is like it's a base of chocolate and chili.
Yeah.
But it's really good.
Cool.
You have to try.
Cool. I will.
Okay, and this is the rice water, and this is
This rice water.
this rice water.
We
is
have it
not
in
milk.
Qatar as tradition white rice water.
You did?
Yeah.
As well, really?
Like my grandmother, she used to, like actually my great grandmother, she used to do that for me all the time when I was a kid. So how long you have been here?
8 months now.
8 months.
I came in right at the beginning of the summer.
Sorry.
Oh.
So I got the...
So you already passed the bad.
I already passed that test.
That's a test, exactly.
Yeah.
If you survive.
No, but actually, I like the heat.
Had you ever been to Mexico?
No, like I went to all US, but like I wanted to go to Mexico, but I don't know. Like my dream actually to go to two places, Colombia and
Mexico.
Mexico.
Cancun.
When I got a
Yeah.
Cancun.
Cancun,
Yes,
yeah.
Cancun is the
Like,
best.
yeah, to Colombia to see Sofia Vergara.
But Sofia Vergara, I think she's in
Yeah.
LA.
You will,
So,
find
yeah,
her.
the US.
You will find her in LA. You won't find
This
her.
is actually my friend. He's like, why you
Or
want to
in
go to
Cabo,
Colombia?
Mexico.
Oh, Cabo. Yes, Cabo.
I'm like, I want to meet Sofia Vergara. Like, she's my actor #1. And she's like, she's not there.
She's in US.
It's in
She's
US, 16 years.
16.
Yeah, but she cannot get out the accent. Like, her accent's still there.
We have mountains, we have desert.
Yeah.
Well, we have, like he says, you know, we
Like
have
diversity of
Pacific, we
natural
have Pacific and Atlantic,
Yeah, wow.
and as well we have two different cultures, which were the Mayas and the Aztecs. So then you find totally different kind of people, physically, cuisine as well, and geographically it's so nice, and a lot of culture, because when the Spanish invade us,
Yeah.
they make a lot of changes.
Yeah.
So the Mexican towns
are now mixed with the Spanish culture. So some places you like in the beach you can find like European kind of a beach. You know? It's really nice.
And I was telling Sergio about that you are working with campaigns and charity, because I have pictures of you and my kids in the cancer.
The cancer program.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't understand, like, for what is that program?
It's the National Cancer Program. It's dedicated to people of Doha, and it's awareness about to do like early check. Like, it's not really specifically about like breast cancer, but in general. So this campaign started with the Supreme Health Cancer.
Okay.
They choose, okay, it's very cliche to say champions. It's more like some people, icons, like to lead this campaign, to access to Qatari community, to sit with their the grandmother, to explain to them what the benefit of the early check and which kind of cancers like have a cure and how easy is it and stuff like that. So encourage them to go and do full check.
That's why your face is so familiar, because I've seen you in the movies then. You're there, huh? You were that campaign?
He's everywhere.
That
He's
campaign,
everywhere.
yeah.
I mean, the purpose is the important. When you have a goal and you want to work for it. But I think we are in a good place in Qatar.
Our relations with Qatar are deep-rooted. And you know, we have had people-to-people contacts through centuries.
Under an organization called Indian Community Benevolent Forum under the Embassy of India, as the president of that one, I could handle that portfolio for the last 2 years with great support from the Ministry of Interior and the rest of the ministries like Ministry of Health and all for the welfare of the Indian population here.
MashaAllah, you are more than 30 years here in Qatar. You know, it's no different for Qatari and another nationality. We, in community is one hand.